So what do you each need to do to unify?
I need to, maybe like watch my tone a little bit.
Excellent.
Like really try to articulate my words in a softer way.
Excellent.
It's very hard because I see what I
That's the
see and
key.
it comes out,
I know, but you've got to manage that. That is the key on your end.
I think I was being a great wife. I was working and I was doing great with the kids and I was making an extra effort. Like I was really paying attention to him. Like, you seem stressed.
Yeah.
Why don't you go have a weekend away? Or why don't I take the kids for a few hours? And then I felt good. I was like, yeah, I'm making more time for you. And then that's not what happened. Then you use that time for other things.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the cheating?
Yeah, it started with platonic cuddling. Like you're providing the cuddling service and I'm paying for the cuddling service.
Yeah.
After some time with two of the people, it got physical, like outside of the arranged cuddle. And so there was the emotional, intimate sort of connection, infidelity, and then literally the physical, sexual infidelity. So
Yeah.
and even afterwards, I'd say I would have rather been with my wife for the 2 hours. Like, why am I doing this? But then I would still do it.
Right. And where are you with hearing this, Sienna?
I think what's painful and why it makes me angry is I don't know who you are. You say this like you're absolved from it. Like you admit it and it's like, I'm accountable.
No,
I know, but that's what it feels like. Like it's so easy for you to say now. Why wasn't it easy for you when I gave you the opportunity the very first time when I found out?
Yeah.
And that more kept coming out, kept coming out, kept coming out. Well, it didn't come out. I dug for it and found it.
Yeah,
And it makes me fucking furious.
Yeah.
Furious?
Having to go through your phone after seeing a text pop up randomly. Who's that? Why is somebody texting him, I miss you. I miss you too. Saying, hey, who's this? What's this? And you lying straight to my face.
Yeah.
And it makes me furious that I was so fucking stupid to think that you would be honest with me and that you would never cheat on me because you love me so much. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
It felt like you would never, ever do this. You were my guy. You're my forever. And it broke me. I went into an intensive outpatient program and stopped working for 3 months because I could not function.
How are you feeling when Sienna is saying this?
Fucking awful. I mean, I recognize I'm not an awful person, but I almost feel evil. And it terrifies me. Am I just that guy? Like, at one point, she's like, are you a sociopath? With your disassociation, like, what the fuck? And for a while, I was like, am I? Like, how could I possibly do this?
But it sounds like both of you need to like get through a certain level of co-dissociation.
What does that mean?
Meaning you're both dissociating.
Oh.
There's like a whole part that you need to like integrate into how you understand each other and your relationship.
How do we do that?
Well, we'll try to do that here.
It's like, all right.
Oh my gosh, you just blew my mind apart.
We haven't spoken in 4 days. Today's the first day we have seen each other.
Okay. What happened?
We had a massive argument on Friday. And
Hold on one second. Clinton, where are you?
Don't talk about it.
You don't want to talk?
I'm fucking tired of you bringing that shit up. I told you I was gonna pay you. I'm sorry.
But how are you feeling sitting here?
I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I'm anxious. I'm nervous. Like, all the feelings.
Well, what do you each need to enter a certain kind of listening mode?
Let me drink water.
Water, that's good.
Yeah.
So is it okay for Shay to continue?
Yeah.
Do you think you can turn a little bit in her direction?
Yeah, sure.
in our relationship, Clinton has had some issues with finances. I have tried to show him how to take care of this in a better format. I paid off all of his credit cards to start fresh. We were developing in our relationship heavily, and we wanted to eventually move in together. And so this was a goal to do that.
Pause. What are you thinking, Chris?
She's missing so many parts of that story. I paid back half of that I borrowed, and then I had literally lost my job maybe a month after that. I really wanted to take care of it on my own.
Afterwards, he re-racked the cards. He re-racked them all back up. It didn't stop there. We needed to get him a new bed because he wanted me to come over more often. But I can't sleep on a twin. I'm too big of a person. So if you want to pay me back for the bed, you can put it on my account.
Yeah.
And in that moment, he took it upon himself to buy a 60-inch TV and to buy a video game for $180.
And
all on my credit without asking me.
And then we talked about it. That's the shit that bothers me. She came to me and was upset about it, and we talked about it. And I said, I'm sorry, we're gonna move in together. Like, you know what? I'm buying it for us so we have like another TV. That's the thought process I had.
Okay, so
You know what I mean? I know that it wasn't okay.
But hold on, Clinton. What do you imagine?
I know she felt mad and
So why not make some room for that?
Because I'm not allowed to express myself.
No,
What's the issue, Clinton?
I don't know. I'm a little overwhelmed, okay?
Can I guess?
Yeah, okay.
Is that helpful?
Yeah.
Does it make you feel incompetent? Does it make you feel shame?
Yes. I don't have the words all the time. But it feels like I'm constantly being looked down upon. Like I can't take care of things.
Can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
I want to help you make room to listen to Shay without getting, triggered about it. All she's talking about is her feelings.
Yeah.
It doesn't immediately mean that you've totally failed. It's just her feelings.
Yeah. I know.
And actually, you can make things better just by listening well. That's a lot.
Sorry.
I feel like it's good and things are going good. And then I'll notice within like 48 to 72 hours, we've gone from being playful and, funny and having a good time to me getting like this cold shoulder and one-word answers.
In this moment of impasse that the two of you are describing, when was the last time this happened?
Maybe 4 days ago.
Okay.
She felt like I put on sleepwear that implied that I wanted to have sex. So she went and got the video game and went in the office and laid down in the bed and played the video game, and while I stayed out in the living room to put distance between us to get rid of that confusion.
When you put on the nightdress that she has said kids are scantily clad, and she's, and it's enticed me before. We've had a moment before with it. When I saw you put that on, I was like, I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm doing something because I know you want me to. And so what I tried to do was take the game into the room to remain close to you because you were in the room. You were in the room, but I was saying, I don't want to be distant. I just don't want to have sex.
I did not consciously bathe and put on something thinking, tonight's the night. I did not, and I told you that.
And that's fine, but you're making it seem like there's no reason why I would think that.
Nessa,
But hold on it. You're making it seem like there's no reason I would think
Stop,
that.
both of you. I need to be able to understand. So can you finish your sentence?
I felt rejected, and when I say something about that, it turns into, well, because you wanted to have sex and I didn't want to.
I was trying to avoid her feeling rejected by going to her.
Nessa, let me try something.
Yes.
Is it possible that in your attempts, legitimate attempts to find your own space, your own mind, your putting Drea through a level of rejection that it's hard for you to tolerate.
For me to tolerate?
Yes. That you're both doing it and trying to somehow convince her it's not happening.
No, I know that I'm putting her through, that I'm hurting her.
A certain level of
Yes,
rejection.
yes, I do know that.
So
And it
let
is
her have her
painful.
feelings. You don't need to convince her to feel any
I'm not trying to
different.
convince her, but when she remembers the situation wrong, that's to me like,
She's not remembering it wrong. She's remembering what matters to her.
okay, all right, okay.
And she's saying she felt rejected.
Okay.
You say things in a way that is true for you, and Drea keeps telling you, ouch, that hurt.
So what am I supposed to do then?
Nothing. Not try to convince her to not be hurt.
Okay.
Let's just start from there.
Okay.
Any change is uncomfortable and painful, but let's allow some of that to happen. Do you agree with that?
Sure.
So I want to talk to you about what to do when you feel hurt. It doesn't have to mean some kind of catastrophic rejection of the relationship. It could mean this person is on some kind of journey. And what are you going to do?
You know, I don't know, because I don't see how me being patient is not just taking another loop on the roller coaster.
I hear you.
So do I.
But to really answer that question, you have to try to do something differently, both of you. And the differently thing is, how do you do this marriage differentiated?
So what do I do different?
Let her have her space. Don't take it so personally. And use the time for yourself.
She gets space. I don't get space.
What would you like to do if you had more space?
I've never thought about it.
Let's think about it.
I don't know. Stuff, go places. And not implying that we don't, because we do things.
Not we, you. What would you want to do if you had more space?
I don't know.
If somehow into your schedule there were, 4 hours a week, it could be like take a nap, it could be read a book.
Read more
it could
books,
be,
probably.
Read a book.
Or write.
Read, write,
Take a nap.
take a nap.
I want to cook stuff. I want to learn to make my own pasta. I don't know.
Is there any way that the two of you can work into your schedule 4 hours where Andrea is off duty?
You want Friday nights? Take Friday nights.
I'd like it to come from you.
Friday nights.
From what time?
From what time?
No, you. 5?
You sure?
Okay. I'm thinking of this as creating a space in your mind of where to go when Nissa is suddenly like needing her own space. I'd like you to have your own space too, to practice it. All right, let's see how this goes.
I wanted to start the session before Jason starts talking. Because I've been reflecting on the past few months, and I feel like we are getting so much better. But then we had like a huge fight yesterday, and it's about something major.
No, I mean, Marjorie had an inclination that Ryan, our son, had ADHD.
Right.
So Marjorie went to a doctor and had him diagnosed.
Didn't go out like that though.
And I didn't know.
I didn't go to get him diagnosed. Went to the pediatrician on his yearly eval.
All I got was hit yesterday with Ryan got a diagnosis. They want to put him on medicine.
That's not
Yay
how it
or
went at
nay?
all.
And I lost my mind.
He's
I have the text.
presenting it to you awful.
All right, let's
I know.
let's
Well,
I'm
it's
not
not
trying.
fair.
That's how I feel,
pause,
you know?
pause.
Just say the truth, not how you
No,
feel.
pause. Actually, in a way, you can listen to each other, not looking for the truth, but looking for how did my partner experience this?
Perceive it,
So it's a very
yes.
subjective thing. So
Fair enough.
Jason's experience is you hit him with
Yes, and that was brutal for me. I was very upset about this.
talk about your upset.
I was extremely upset. I felt like she did it because she was afraid of me, you know, shooting that idea down. So I feel like it was kind of done in a sneaky way.
Do you understand what's upsetting to Jason?
Yes.
Can you convey that to him?
I hear 100% he feels left out. He feels I did something behind his back. And he's really upset about it.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about your perspective now? And I'm going to ask you to do the same kind of listening.
Yes. I haven't told him everything because it was all text messages. It was a quick phone call. He was at work. So this will be the first time you're hearing it. Ryan is struggling in school, and I'm talking to the physician. And I had told him some of my worries and concerns. And he said, well, we can absolutely do the assessment. It was a form that a parent fills out and you send it to the school for the teacher. And yes, I did not tell you about that because I was worried about your reaction. And for that, I'm sorry.
You're behind my back, sent facts and emails about this whole situation.
And I should have
never
told you,
was
and
even
I'm
told.
sorry. But
That's
I was worried about
bullshit.
the reaction
I don't
got
care.
yesterday
Well,
is why I didn't tell him.
He's not going to that. I'll pull him right from that pediatrician. He'll never go there again. Never again.
I do want to remind you, Jason, even though I can understand why that would be absolutely infuriating for you, you also do things without asking Marjorie. The two of you operate kind of solo, like you send a letter to her mother that you know will be terribly upsetting.
So then maybe
And
I
that's-
started the whole thing then.
It's not about who started. I want you both to acknowledge that you're not operating as a team. You can say, I do the same thing, and this is not good for us.
No, it's
How are
not.
we getting out of this, each operating solo?
But I still haven't told you everything yet. I got a phone call yesterday from the pediatrician, and he was telling me all the options, and he said there's one particular medication. There was two, but he said the one would be best because it's not he said it's Adderall. He said it's a capsule you can put.
Yo,
Let me finish.
I can't even listen
I'm
to
not
this
even-
because
I'm not gonna-
I wasn't even there during the conversation. Don't care
because
about any of this.
Because first of all, it's so you're
Marjorie,
supposed to
Marjorie,
listen to me
care
and
about
repeat
it.
back what I'm saying.
Marjorie.
I do, but I don't care.
Stop.
You're not telling me how you feel. You're
Stop.
telling me the
No.
details about what
Stop.
happened.
Because I haven't been able to tell you about
Marjorie,
it.
Marjorie, one of the reasons Jason was particularly sensitive to this issue had to do with his history.
Yes,
So you have to be aware of who you're speaking to.
I understand that.
Adderall, I know guys that buy Adderall in the streets.
I understand that.
So
I
you
understand
can't
that, but I
expect
can't
this
every
in-
time I say the fucking word Adderall or medication in regards to our son and my son, I can't have him shut me down immediately because at the end of the day, it's my kid too. It is not just your son. And
It
if
is.
I need
It is.
to,
So this is a difficult situation where, Jason, you're going to be triggered by what you're hearing.
I am really triggered.
Yeah. So take a deep breath and say to yourself, all I need to do right now is listen.
and it's understandable. I understand it because you have this addiction history, because you have your own history. That doesn't mean Ryan is like you. Like you just shut it completely down and then you just immediately threaten divorce. And that is what I'm more upset about, is that we can't even work this through and I have to be submissive again. And then like, I'm a shitty mom. I didn't do everything I could to try to help him.
What do you hear? What do you hear that matters to Marjorie?
I'll give you what matters. You care about Ryan. You care about him over the medicine, over the diagnosis. The main thing you want is that he is successful, happy, and thrives. That's what you want. That's what matters the most to you, right?
Yes, he's right. That's what matters to me. My son's happiness, safety, health, and success.
As me.
So you both care about your son deeply, and you have different ideas of how to go about it.
Wildly different
I don't know
ideas.
if they're so wild. I don't know if they're wildly different.
Medicine would never be an option for me unless we tried every other.
I understand what you're saying, but we're monitoring it. And
I
we're
don't know
giving it
how
to
you go
him.
straight to medicine. Like, why wouldn't you put him in counseling first? Why can't he talk to a therapist?
I have a suggestion for you.
Yeah.
I have a suggestion. Everything that you're saying, can you use a tone that is gentle and at least sounds open? Like you're actually having a conversation.
I understand you want to get him treated, Marge, and I think that there's some other alternatives out there that were outside of medicine. I think with a little hard work between you and I think a little discipline and structure in our house, and not chalk it up to him possibly getting medicated for ADD or ADHD.
Jason, it's a good moment to stop and see how it's landing.
I'm surprised because when we talk, you always tell me he doesn't have it. You won't even acknowledge that he got a diagnosis.
No.
You won't even do any education.
No, because I'd rather bring him to a professional that deals with that, not a pediatrician doing a wellness visit.
That's a compromise.
Okay, no problem.
Now let's fix things.
I will do some research and I'll find the best guy with the best reviews that takes our insurance, and we'll go there and we'll have a real conversation, him and I,
That's fine.
and you
I agree to
and
that.
Brian.
I will agree to that.
So what do you each need to do to unify?
I need to, maybe like watch my tone a little bit.
Excellent.
Like really try to articulate my words in a softer way.
Excellent.
It's very hard because I see what I
That's the
see and
key.
it comes out,
I know, but you've got to manage that. That is the key on your end. And Marjorie, what do you need to do for the two of you to get on the same page?
Listen to him and just try to understand where he's coming from.
Yeah. You can say, can you please calm down? I want to hear you. Please speak in a softer tone. I want to hear you.
Yeah, take a deep breath. I do want to listen to you. Oh man,
Yeah.
that was
That would go a long way.
I fantasize that
Yeah.
now, and I'm like, oh my God, you know?
So we've done a few rounds of this.
Yes.
You totally have what you need. You have the capacity to do and to do great.